the first year of compulsory schooling. For many kids, this is the first experience with structured routines, expectations, and social dynamics of school life. As the Centre for Community Child Health has noted, this transition is a major event. It can bring feelings of excitement, curiosity, and pride, but also often comes with anxiety, uncertainty, and even fear. It's not just a milestone for children, it's a pivotal moment for families and educators as well. Research by Dockett and Perry reminds us that while transition to school can be full of potential, it can also be a challenging time that affects both children's confidence and their long-term relationship with school. And this relationship matters a lot. Children who don't transition effectively can face a range of difficulties. Their engagement in learning, their attendance, and their social development may all be impacted. We know from the Early Childhood Care Research Network that early school experiences have a lasting influence on later academic success, behaviour, and long-term attitudes towards schooling. On the other hand, children who experience a successful transition to school are more likely to enjoy it, they're more likely to attend regularly, and they gradually build their academic and social skills. But it doesn't stop there. Effective transitions also encourage positive family involvement and mutual respect between families and teachers, creating a strong foundation for learning partnerships. So how do we make this transition successful? One of the most effective strategies is ensuring clear, supportive communication between children, families, and educators. The Early Years Learning Framework recognises continuity of learning and transitions as one of its core practices, and for good reason. Information sharing and collaboration help children feel secure, valued, and ensure that their individual needs are understood and met. The Portmanteau I put together will give families useful resources to help them understand the significance of the transition and to support their discussions with their child. It also gives parents and carers an avenue to communicate their funds of knowledge with their teacher. Let's get into it. I have split the resources into two kinds, into those that the parents can keep and use, and those that need to be returned. I'll start with those that the families need to return. Children's literature doesn't just tell stories. It helps children to make sense of their world. The story that I've chosen is called The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. It focuses on Chester the raccoon, who is feeling nervous about going to school. His mother gives him a kissing hand on his cheek, a kissing hand on his palm that he can press to his cheek whenever he misses her. This gives children a tangible way to feel emotionally connected with their parent or caregiver, even when they're apart. The story also shows children that it's okay to feel scared about going to school and gives them a way to talk about their feelings. While researching, I read a lot about how important it is for teachers and families to share information. Transition statements are written summaries of the child's learning and developmental level. And it helps the teachers to know the needs of each student. While you are often given information before you start the school year, it is useful to get more information from families, which is why I've included this document. It encourages parents to answer the questions with their child, about their child. This way children are involved in the process. Some of the questions that the child is encouraged to answer include, at home or childcare, my favourite thing is, I'm really good at. Sometimes I need help too. Things that I'm curious about, and I think school will be. It also goes through a section for the families to complete, which asks about cultural background, family makeup, and the parents' hopes and wishes for their child. I also added some resources that are available through the Department of Education. This first book is a booklet. This booklet explains to parents what to expect when their child starts pre-primary. It outlines the structure of the school day, it describes the class environment, and it stresses the importance of daily attendance. The handout also gives practical information to parents about how to support their child at school and at home. It talks about establishing routines, engaging in educational activities, and fostering a positive attitudes towards school. It encourages parents to have an active involvement and provides insights on how early learning experiences such as reading, writing, and drawing contribute to brain development and learning. These next resources are those that parents can choose to keep or return. This is a reading book that is also available on the Department of Education. It's called Say Hello to Pre-Primary. It is designed for Aboriginal families and focuses on what to expect when children start school. While it's designed for Aboriginal families, I think it's a really valuable resource for all students as it helps children to know what to expect. I've adapted it to say pre-primary instead of kindy. It is set up a lot like a social story with simple words and pictures in a first person narrative. So the children can envision themselves doing things. For example, it says, I learn a lot of things from my teachers. I can read my name and I love drawing pictures. By reading this with children, parents and caregivers can help children feel less anxious about school and more prepared. Repeated exposure to social stories can help children internalize the expectations and better understand different aspects of life. That's why I put it in there to keep so that they can read it again and again. The last resource that I've included is a poster. It's got pictures on it and words. This poster is to help children get ready for school, showing them what they're going to need to wear and what they should bring. Sometimes parents don't even know what they need to send their child with, so having a list can be helpful. I have laminated and left a note on the back. Displaying this poster in your child's room somewhere where they get ready for the day can help children take responsibility for their own belongings. Children can go through the list each morning to make sure that they have everything that they need. This also helps develop routines and supports their transition to school. Thank you for watching. I hope you found these resources useful for communicating with parents and supporting the transition from